So for the dictation test, students start out with just a multiple choice test. It asks them anywhere from 5 to 6 questions about the phonics focus that they had for the week. So for example, our phonics focus was short A and short I last week. So this question asks, which word has the same vowel sound as the word rat? The answer was bag. Now, when we come to the actual dictation test where they have to spell out a sentence, they'll be asked to spell that word bag correctly. They'll also be asked to spell a sight word correctly, one of the sight words that was on their classroom news. So, this sentence says, please be careful not to rip the bag. They will be checked for handwriting, making sure that their A's were right this week because A was our focus. All their other letters can look really messed up, that's totally fine, but A was our focus, so A has to be perfect. Now, next week, A will have to be perfect, and I will also have to be perfect because I will be our focus next week. They also need to make sure that they are using correct capitals, so a capital at the beginning here. If there was a name, they'd also need to make sure to capitalize the name. Correct punctuation at the end, using the correct phonics rule, which was short A with a CVC. Sounding out all their other words the best they can. Now these words, they don't have to be perfect. If I can tell that they were using rules that we've learned in the past, or if they're using their best sounding out strategies, they'll get the points for that. And then the sight word also has to be spelled correctly. Now on here, I've gone through and I've graded this. Anything that students will mark these off to make sure that they're getting each one. Then I will go through and I will also mark the ones that they got correctly, and I will circle any that they got incorrect. This will lead us to the back of here, where you can see I got, for my handwriting, a 5 out of 5 because each of these was done well. And on the back, my 5th one, even though it's on number 6, was done correctly. So I have 5 out of 5. Using correct capitals and proper punctuation, I got 7 out of 10. Applying the phonetic rule and using correct sounds to spell unknown words, I got 10 out of 10. And correctly spelling common irregular words, which are those sight words, I got 3 out of 5. So students will need to focus on all of those things, and then they'll get several different scores that will go onto their report card. Please let me know if you have any questions about this. I know that this part can be kind of confusing, but as long as you really make sure to help your students understand the sight words and really practice with them on those CVC, short O, short U, short E this week, last week was a little bit different, they'll do well on their dictation test.